Good morning, everybody. We are here today playing some Wonder Boy the Dragon's Trap. You'll see it says Monster World on here. Believe this is the European version of the game. I have the Master System cartridge at my parents' house, and I actually bought the reimagining of the game on Switch a little while back when it came available. Wanted to do something a little different today. I really wanted to get into a more foundational game. When I think about games that got me to be a gamer, got me interested in playing video games, this one tops my list just about every time. So we're just going to go ahead and start up a new game. It is not the most difficult game. It is not the longest game. But it's probably one of my personally most replayed games. It's something I like to go back to even just for a little fun. And the remaster actually gives you a decent little bit of post-game to go after. This, of course, is the original, so we will go ahead and start at the beginning. Click New Game, and where it says Password, it takes you to a password option. You could get passwords in town. I'll show you that here in a second. But we'll go ahead and click New Game. It says, before you is the Monster World. Overcoming various hardships, you have at last entered the monster's castle. Your target is the dreaded dragon's room, but unbeknownst to you is the fact that the dragon has the power to invoke curses on his enemies. Should be a giant right through here. Those giant cyclop guys. I was actually expecting one of those to drop a fireball, and it didn't. Jump up, get that skeleton. And now we have a Hall of Giants. See, the old castle changed drastically. And we're coming up on our first boss battle. This is actually the final boss battle of the second Wonder Boy game, Wonder Boy in Monster World, Monster Land. The titles get a little confusing. Duck me there. There we go. And just like that, we are through. Oof. He ducked lower than I was expecting there. So we only got 8 gold, and we got turned into this dragon guy. And this is going to be our quest from the rest of the time. We just want to get back to our human form. Pick up that heart there, it'll heal us the rest of the way. You can see our health bar on the top, along with 1 healing potion. We'll automatically refill our health if we get down completely empty. And we've got 8 gold, which isn't really enough to do much of anything. Always hated this room as a kid. Just the blocks always falling. Yep, 1 little bit there, and now we just gotta wait for the staircase to pile up. Could tell you one thing that drew me in is just how wonderfully colorful this game is. Skeletons will just jump over you for days. And there, we made it out. Get our little cutscene of the castle. Just falling to pieces as we leave. Says, and now proceed with your adventurous undertaking. Monster World 2 or Wonder Boy 3. The Dragon's Trap. Gonna come this way. This is our hub town. This is our sort of safe space. Come down here. And we get a second heart. As you can see, leaving reverted us back to a beginning stage. We have 1 heart. Now we have 2. We doubled our health. But we have a nice little 2-floor tower here. See a green lock on that door. Usually if you see a green keyhole on the door, it means it's locked, but once you unlock it once, it'll stay open. A red keyhole like we had before the Falling Bricks room needs to be unlocked every time you go to it. And that's important because you can only carry a couple keys at a time. You can see this is our menu screen. You got your weapons list. Right now we just have the Ivory Sword, which is the lowest rated one in the game. Same with the Ivory Shield and the Ivory Armor. Up next are Charm Stones, which are little magical trinkets we could get. They'll improve our CP or Charm Points score up in the top there. We also have attack points and defense points. Our keys, and then our magic spells. You could activate these in the original by holding the down button and I think either attack or... no, it's down and jump to activate these. It's got a separate button on the port because the reimagining was afforded a few more face buttons than the original. But you have fireballs which shoot forward in a zigzag pattern, a tornado that will just hit into anything in its path for a given time, an arrow that shoots straight in the air, a boomerang, which is the preferred weapon of speedrunners for this game. You could sort of quick chuck 2 of them at a time and they go out about half the screen and then try their best to return to you. If you jump or anything, they will fly off the screen and you'll lose them. And then thunder, which just zaps everything on the screen. Moving this way. Here's your home. This is actually where the game ends, once you beat everything. Then you have a little wall blocking you from further progress there. And this little hut here is the nurse. She'll heal you if you've got the gold. You can see right now it would cost us 20 gold. In the reimagining, I believe you get your first heal free. See a little pool of water under there. Up here you've got a shop. Good old smoking pig. Another icon of the series. We have 1 mystery weapon that we don't have the gold or charm to see, so it's just a box and a question mark. Then you have the Mithril Shield and the Mithril Armor. Either way, we have nowhere near enough gold to buy anything. Then here in this little church place, you've got a different colored smoking pig who would offer us our password. So if you ever wanted to try this game and start with virtually nothing, go ahead and copy this password, find yourself a copy of it, and plug this password into the continue zone. You're probably better off just starting from a new game, but there is that. So with all other options exhausted, this is the only door in town that we've seen that we haven't gone through. And we will go ahead and do so. You see some blocks there. Just gonna fly down, and yeah, this is literally right next to the room we got that heart in. Love how floaty you are jumping in the water. And here we are in the islands. Racking up that gold a little better. Far better if I don't mess up the button. And we get knocked down into the water. So while we're here, let's go ahead and explore. Got a room here. Random treasure chest. Let's check that out. Hey, even more money. And we get some items to help us along the way. Now, one thing I will note is anytime you jump into a room like that, you are going to reset the monsters. Take care of the fish guy. Octopus gives us a little heart that'll refill half a heart's health, more or less, which is more than enough to get us healed. There we go. Just let that coin go. Flew a little far there, didn't I? Caught the fish on the upswing. Could see those little green octopus are going to sometimes take us 2 shots, because, again, we've just got the most basic gear. So one thing that helped us do is circumvent all of those little islands we would have had to have jumped. Actually made it further down the screen we just fell in. Ouch. Little crab guys kicking our butts. Okay, we have a couple arrows. That's going to be important here in a second. Grab 5 more gold. Let it come back. Wow, a lot of arrows. 4 of them already. A little bit of health, always appreciated. Okay, so now we've got that flying cloud thing. See, we shot our arrow up and took it down, got a handsome little reward out of that. Old bag of gold. Our crab friend. We shot him halfway off screen and he just kind of disappeared. Would have liked the gold from those 2 crabs, but I'm not too mad overall. Most importantly, we made our way here. Got what we were looking for. We picked up a key. Now we just gotta be careful getting back. Hey, charm stone, nice. Get that cloud flying again, get a little separation. Missed. Yeah, second. Not so bad, second shot got it. Being careful to leave these on the screen this time. Don't have to dodge that cloud, so that's kinda big. Oof. Ran a bit too far there. Yeah, see, all of these little pain-in-the-neck islands are what we avoided coming through the underwater route. Unfortunately, in our current state, it's sort of a one-way route. Had to be careful there. Nice thing about heading back is it gets progressively easier as you go. Saw that last crab, we still had a bit of a safe landing area. Then we make it back to the mystery door, and the mystery door takes us back to town. So yeah, 223 gold. Let's go ahead, heal back up, because I was a putz and I couldn't stop running into things. Go ahead and visit our buddy in the shop. Now he's willing to sell us stuff. We got the Mithril Sword, which came unlocked when we got that Charm Stone. Pick that up, along with the shield and the armor. So we still have 112 gold. Now we'll go ahead and equip that stuff. You can see our charm points raised to 4 by picking that stone up. Equipping the sword's going to improve our attack to 12. Armor takes us to 15 defense. I'm sorry. The shield takes us to 15 defense. And the armor is going to take us to 24 defense and 13 charm points. Now, we did pick up that key. That was the point of us going. So we can finally unlock this upper door. See, that gray block with the arrow up is going to vault us up. It's a springboard, allowing us to make our way to this little landing here that's sort of hovering in the air for no good reason. If we go left, that'll take us to the first castle. I kind of want to go right now. Right is a bit more challenging an area. Just see if I can get a particular item. Missed on that arrow. Yeah, second try and it gave me an arrow back. I can't complain. Same math as if I'd have hit it. Now these blue frogs, if I get close, they're going to start jumping. You could tell that it's a more challenging enemy than anything we've faced thus far. You know, with the exception of the dragon. Picked up another charm stone, not mad about that. At least the last one I handled well. A couple of those I just had to back off because I didn't like the line. Now these Cyclops guys, if we let them recover from their stun state, are going to throw some fireballs at us, and we kind of want to stay out of that range. So let them lob them from a distance. Hey, we picked up a second potion. That's nice. Now the reason I'm coming this way right away is even the lowly dragon form has its advantages. The dragon's immune to lava damage. Normally, if you fall in that lava, you're taking damage over time, and it's a pretty decent chunk, especially if you've only got 2 hearts. See, I'm ignoring those genie guys who are up top there. Unfortunately, since I am the dragon guy, I can't carry my shield physically. I have to shoot my fire breath in order to defend. Fortunately, the fire breath does go out a good way and serves as a ranged weapon, something that aside from spells you don't get too many of in this game. Here we have the dreaded fire antlions. Between this and ghouls and ghosts, I noticed that a lot of the games I played as a kid paid homage to the antlion larva. Hey, we picked up our armor. So the entire purpose of me coming this way was to see if we could get that rare drop. Doesn't happen every time. You normally have to buy it out of a shop. This is the dragon mail. It's going to drop our charm points down to nothing, but our defense is up to 42, which is just crazy high. And if you're wearing the dragon mail, no matter your form, as you'll change to several different forms throughout this game, you will be immune to lava damage. Oof. Okay, we'll just make our way off now. The skeletons with the hats are just a pain. If they get to jumping, they're impossible to deal with. Just so erratic. Just gonna push that one off and go into the tower here. Check out this little chest. All kind of money. Well over 600 now. First door offers us a place to heal. We will take that offer. Second door is a shop, you can tell from the little blue envelope, and like I said, the dragon mail is normally here, and it's sold out. So lucky day for us. I'm going to face right as we leave the door because that skeleton is going to be right back where we met it when we jumped over here. Cool. Dealt with that. See what I mean? Just unreal jumping. And already we've lost a potion to this little guy. So I feel morally compelled to fight him. You know what? I was going to say it wasn't worth it, but we'd come all that way. What kind of world conqueror would I have been if I backed down there? Hey, big heart. That's a full heal on the house. Just take our run past that guy. And deal with these blue fire ant larvae. Got up close and personal with that one. Beautiful. Alright, we got our second potion back. You can carry up to 3 potions at a time, so we would actually be in an insanely good position had we not burned that one potion, but you know, sometimes things happen. Come through the lava pit here. Deal with the red genie, who heals us back to full, and now we're back to the giants throwing the fireballs at us. Letting them get as close as I feasibly can so I can make sure to hit them 3 times. Make sure they are well out of range when they try their counterattack. Whew! Deep breath and on to the frogs. I always forget the pattern they come, so I just sort of inch along like that. Just didn't feel good about that one at all, so I backed up. Yep. Not gonna go back for it, that much I can tell you. Got our friend the Cloud guy, who's gonna drop us off a bunch more money. So we're up over 700 gold. Had a very successful run through the lava pits. And now we will go to the slightly less challenging desert area that we were meant to from the beginning. Takes us a full screen to get back to the green snakes we were fighting on the right-hand side. Go ahead, grab those. So you see those sunflower things, and you saw the shorter ones over in the lava pits there. But they're able to spit fire at you, and you can counteract that by spitting fire back. Literally fighting fire with fire in this. Made it through. There's more fire ant lions in those pits. Kind of cut off by the screen there. I got to do a better job of cropping things here. In fact, give me 1 second to adjust that. Wrong one. Okay, that looks better. That looks better. Yeah, you can see the fire ant lions there. Making our way through. Green's going to throw a touch more frequently and missed my timing there. Little guys always get me. I don't know why. I'm never expecting them. Should be a small and a large one coming up here. Yep. Gotta get that heart. Those guys almost always have hearts. That's nice. Yeah, and jump over that. That cloud was low enough we could just kind of blast away. Then we have a little flower and another cloud guy. Now these pipes would take us down. One would take us down and the other would take us to a false door to prop us back up. I'm going to try and dodge them both though and climb the side of this pyramid here. You can see the interior to the lead up to the dungeon. Technically, it's the second dungeon, though I guess it's really the first, since your first boss battle is essentially a prologue chapter. Make our way down this side here, and we're going to have a little sphinx and a dude throwing arrows at us. Pick up some gold there, and pick up something a little more vital in here. There we go, our third heart. Gonna duck down this time. Remember to fire the arrow to cancel it out. Fighting missile fire with fire. $907 gold pieces, by the way. We've come a long way from 8, haven't we? Make our way down this left-hand pipe, and as you can see underneath those fire ant lion pits, there's another underwater area. That'll be worth checking out at a later date. For now, we're just going to hop up, face these little smiley face guys in hats. There's only one point in the game where they ever drop anything. They're the cheapest monster in the game. Pick up another 27 gold here. Make our way up. Got another chance to heal, and we will take it now up to 45 gold. Seems a bit more expensive than it has to be, but I'm not going to complain. Drop down. And pick up a key. We've got one of those red locked doors up there. So I'm going to go ahead, press up, we'll get our little chime, and then we will start the dungeon. Oh, chime didn't play. Normally does that little chime you heard way back in the first castle. Red frogs, far easier to deal with. They just kind of sit there while you're in range to hit them. Those stone golem guys are indestructible. And they'll just spit fire at regular intervals. Coming up here, we should have a green frog. Yep, there it is. Lucked out. I guess the coin kind of canceled the fire there. Oh. See, that's what I get for trying to wait around for the frog. Take it out. I've been uniquely blessed with arrows on this playthrough. I usually do not get that much luck getting them. So I don't think these guys ever have arrows. So that coin kind of got lost. Now I'm in no interest in trying to fight that guy. He's in the pit. He's fine there. Ow. Just all kind of thrown off here. Eventually make my way over. Got a little maze of those to encounter. Now we got a fire guy and little ghosts coming at us. Make our way through there. Ah, he caught me. There's a secret room over there, but I'm not going to bother with it. Time for our next dragon fight. This is the mummy dragon. Ouch. Wow, that's the second time I did that. Mummy Dragon's Breath always sort of looked to me like the cereal you'd get in knockoff Lucky Charms. Only green. So the goal with all the dragons is just hit them in the mouth. See, that health bar doesn't really have a lot left on it. Missed the third shot there. Man, am I off today. Finished them off. Let's see if we could get a touch more than 8 gold. That was just an embarrassingly poor showing. The coin fountain will eventually run out. There we go. And the flame just hunts you until you pick it up, literally to the point where it just starts rapid-fire mini-hopping across the screen to catch you. No reason not to pick this key up, so I typically do. Now we are the Mouse Man, who has a unique ability. See how we're standing in place there, but our feet are moving? That means we're attached to this checkerboard block, which the game refers to as mouse block. And when the mouse man is attached to the mouse block, he can do things like this, instantly making it childhood me's hero. Gonna run this way, look for the arrow. Oh, jump too soon. Usually if you jump right as the arrow comes on screen, you have just enough area to come down and hit the guy. But we'll take that. Nice thing about being mouse man is our stats have gone through quite a transformation. Our attack points are all the way up to 72. Defense is sitting at 62. And our charm, even with the dragon mail, is at 42 points. Little mouse guy. Sneak into this door that would have been absolutely inaccessible to both Wonder Boy in his human form and the dragon form. And see what we got here. Another chest at the end. Piles more money. Piles more money. And some charm stones. Certainly not upset about that. Check out the shop. 430 gold, which we have more than enough, but we don't have the necessary charm. So let's go ahead and unequip the dragon mail for the mithril armor. That'll raise our charm points to 58. See if that'll help us. Sure enough, there's the dancing shield. We will grab that. Dancing shield should be the mouse man specific shield, boosting our defense to 77. Throwing the dragon mail back on, we now have 95 defense, which A, sounds really, really good, and B, makes me a little worried. I don't know about you, but when I see a defensive rating go up like that, that tells me that the next area is going to be full of monsters that'll need it. This door simply says return, and that's exactly what it does. It returns you back. So yeah, there's all kind of fun things you could do with the mouse here. Just explore these areas. And if ever you need detached from the mouse block, you just jump straight up. To attach to the mouse block as you're reaching it, you have to press in the direction he's going. There I pressed down and he got attached. So you could see that little section of mouse block up there. And jump up. See this little winding cavern. Check out this shop. And this stuff is all locked to us right now. This is the crystal weaponry. It's pretty powerful stuff, and if you grind for the gold and the charm points, it gives you a definite leg up. It's something you can only buy as the mouse. So that is an option for you. I'm not going to take it because I'm not going to be playing for 5 hours. Want to at least get to the next transformation. Instead, I'm going to go left. If you remember, we were blocked off by that wall earlier. Now we can climb that wall easily. We have another shop here. We have 2 more items, which are also out of our reach, but more accessible. Just ignoring that cloud. Focus more on those little blue energy balls. As you can see, just touching them is going to deal us a modicum of damage. And stun us. And the stun throws us a good bit, and that's the important thing to avoid. Really? Threw 2 at us? Make it through. Another great thing about this game is secret areas abound. Gonna make our way up here, jump off the left side of the screen and into a treasure room. So yeah, we now have money for one of those items from back there, if we so chose. We are not going to so choose. Again, it would give us a leg up, but it's not exactly necessary. Make our way down here. Here we have 3 items. We could easily afford all 3, but lo and behold, the dragon mail sets us back. So let's equip the Mithril armor. That allows us to buy the Shogun Lamellar. Buying the Lamellar increases our defense into triple digits and our charm points to 81, which will then allow us to buy the blade and the shield, completing the set. Shogun blade, much needed boost in offense. And the shield, actually a bit of a downgrade right now, but you know, if you're buying 2, you might as well buy all 3. So the nice thing about the mouse is he could just sort of walk under most threats. You may remember those bats. There was a brief room in the very opening castle where we just sort of ran by a pair of them hovering. And they swoop straight down and try and scoop and hit you on the trip back up. So usually the best thing to do is just stay a sword's length away and wait for them to make their move. Heard that little clink there. Since we have a shield visibly showing, all we have to do is not be attacking, and if a projectile hits us and we're facing that direction, it'll hit off the shield. We get a little bit of a block there, and that will help us. Reaching my son's favorite part of this level, where the boomerang is key. See, it could also be used in item retrieval. You could go through this part without the boomerang. I just prefer not to. It's just too useful. Especially when the skeletons decide to start jumping over creation. Wow, I need to stop trying to leave these guys. Trying to cheat in that second hit, and it's just not working out for me. Make sure to grab the coin. Most important thing, make sure you get paid. Isn't that something? The boomerang is just out of reach of the boomerang. Do end up picking it up, though. See, I was expecting him to go all crazy jumping. Okay, at least we got the heart there. And jump down here. And pick up a charm stone. Always a welcome addition. Now, in the remaster, charm stones work a little differently. They're sort of your post-game material. You could find them in hidden areas throughout the game, and I can only assume those areas were either redesigned or repurposed old content that got cut. They look kind of familiar. In fact, I do remember way back in the day when they sold guidebooks to help you with games, seeing an image very similar to one of the areas But it is neat, those special areas, and the charm stones have the same functional effect in the game. They're just not as important. And the original charm points were everything. As you've seen multiple times, we've had to simply cheat our way to buying better equipment by putting on more charming equipment. You gotta dress to impress. There we got the old double hit. Looked like a pro there, and literally no other time during this playthrough. I thank you. And like I said, if you've got multiple boomerangs, you could do that. This is actually an area where the sword, for me, is the preferred weapon, as they will just bounce right up against it since they're just bobbing off the top there. Tried my best to do my big fancy heroic splash and landed right on the skeleton's head, didn't I? Run right underneath. Now we're facing these duos. Worst thing is they don't pay anything, but the heads will sweep down like bats. Then we got that ghost guy there, and we needed that key. Now it's time to jump up onto that mouse block. You can see that door, and it's a bit of a blind jump. We're going to go from about here. That always feels about right. Oh, and I missed. I missed. Amateur hour here, folks. That's looking good. Make our way into the dungeon, and you can see this is just going to be a labyrinth of mouse block. Kind of plant ourselves up top there. See giants and ghosts. Sticking to the top so the ghost flies to the top and I don't have to worry about them wavering around as much. It's what I like to call being cheap. It's a cheap trick, but I'll take it. Because as we see, I'm not winning on skill alone. Chest here is going to heal us up, give us a couple tornadoes, and our third potion. Not mad about any of that by any stretch of the imagination. Lucked out there, didn't get stuck on the mouse block like I wanted. Gonna go ahead and stick ourselves on the underside so that when we turn we are on the ceiling. Got a lucky hit against that ghost though. See, we are building our gold reserve back up slowly. Already up to 800, which felt like a lot of gold a short time ago, didn't it? More ghosts here. You saw a blue ghost up top. That's almost always going to necessitate more hits. If you're keeping track, the color chart is red's the easy enemy, then green, then blue. Anything past blue is usually the elite enemies. You're not going to see too many things past that. Moving up, and we have these genie guys dropping out of the sky. There's a definite pattern to the red here. And there will be green genies later on, so keep an eye out for them. You're actually better off on the bottom against the red guys. Once again, looked like I knew what I was doing there. Okay, so this is the area where these little smiley faces and witch hats will actually drop things. Go ahead, let those guys roll around. Jump up and avoid the blue ones. Green ones just seem to roll back and forth on the bottom. Blue ones will make the entire circuit. And as you can see, the blue ones are going to take a few hits. Tough guys. Here we come upon some skeletons missing their heads. And some ghosties. Make our way up. Skeletons are annoying, and of course that jumping thing is a pain. It's the ghost we want to be fighting, because the ghost is giving us money. Take the inside track here. See that giant up there? I don't remember these energy balls in the remaster. They must have thrown that in. Must have taken that out, actually, to make it a little easier. Fortunately, that giant wandered off screen for us. Now we get to take the plunge right down the middle of the map. Get that fun, jaunty little tune there. And now we're back. Oof. There we go. Okay, now we want to be up top. Fortunately, we're not in the lava field, so fighting these guys won't be as terrible. Another charm stone. Not sad about that. Was sad we lost that gold. Also sad that guy inexplicably came forward after getting hit. Oh, we got a little bit of that health back. See if we can't just win a little more back. And if we can't, we still got 3 potions. We're in good shape. Nearing 1,000 gold. Making our way up the right side of the tower. Ooh. So we got thrown for a big old loop there. Crawling blue guys stuck on the bottom. If you remember earlier aboard, they were just sort of rolling all over the place. I could be using spells here. That may make things easier, but I've always been a fan of just using the default weaponry and resorting to the items like the boomerang only when you need to. Okay. Not much to do now, but fight the dragon. This is kind of the easy dragon. Once you get used to this part. As a kid, I was never used to this part. See, his breath is kind of weird. Kind of looks like he's spitting out rancid turnips. Get that health back up to full. Just poor jumping on my part more than anything. Got him down to 28 health. Four health remaining. One more hit'll do it. And there we go. Zombie Dragon is down. Picked up a little gold. Again, not the most we could have, but we picked up something. Turned into a giant piranha man here. Got the ability to swim. Actually, a nice little quirk to have. And since we still have our boomerang equipped, we'll go ahead and take care of that giant in there. Now this is where a lot of people who have better dexterity than me actually have the ability to cheat the game a bit, go back into those lava pits, and get an item you can't usually get until far later. As I just said, I can't do that, so I'm not even going to try. We could pick up a potion here for extra money. I'm not going to buy a potion. We've already seen about 4 of them drop. Gonna head back to town here. Plus we know things cost money. Actually, looking at things, we're at about 56 minutes in. Probably just gonna call the stream here. Again, just gonna pop in. Well, let's heal first. If I'm giving you guys a password, I might as well make sure it's worth its, 60 gold there for 4 hearts, so we stay at a constant 15 per heart for now. And before going any further, we'll go ahead and grab our password. I'm going to write this down. I think next week I'll go ahead and finish this off on stream. Hopefully you guys enjoy this. Like I said, I love this game. I will forever love this game. Is it the trickiest thing on the planet? No. No, it's not going to reach any comparisons to Dark Souls or any of the modern RPGs. But it's something I come back to time and time again because it's just fun. It's fun, and judging by the remaster, it's something that really influenced a lot of people. So, there's our password, G1N4. T6R, ERJP, D3Z. I remember as a kid having just pieces of paper lined with passwords, keeping all of them. Then I found one very special password in that guidebook I was talking about earlier, but that's a story for another day. We're going to wrap up today's story here. This has been a Grumpy Old Guy Gaming. Hope you enjoyed the show. Do hope you're doing well out there and that you're having a good day. We will catch you next time.